Emily Evans joins us live from Perth now. Emily, we've just heard from the AMA president. He expressed a lot of frustration over WA knowing about these problems in hotel quarantine but not doing anything to fix them since February.
Well, that's right. We've known that hotel quarantine has been an issue here in WA for the last few months, and definitely a point of discussion as well since that last lockdown. But really the attention over the last few days has turned to Mark McGowan's comments, particularly at his press conference yesterday, where he reiterated that he wouldn't want to see the international cap rise back over 1,000 after this outbreak was contained. We do know at the moment that come Thursday, the international cap will be halved to 512 people coming into WA per week. But Mark McGowan has said that unless the federal government steps up and starts helping with those quarantine facilities like the army barracks that you mentioned earlier, that he's looking at potentially not letting it increase again.
Commonwealth has agreed to halve the number of returning Australians into Perth from Thursday. So that takes it down to just a bit over 500 per week. We can't go back up to over 1,000. Obviously, the system is put at risk when that occurs, especially when we learn that many of the people who are COVID positive are people who left Australia recently and went to COVID-laden countries. I'm just not copying that. That people recently went to India and come back COVID positive, and then we have incidents like this occur.
This latest outbreak, which caused Perth and the Peel region to go into a snap 3-day lockdown, began when an overseas traveller, which the Premier said had arrived back into Australia after attending a wedding in India, tested positive to COVID-19 after his 14 days of quarantine and after he'd spent 5 days within the Perth and Peel community. The last lockdown we experienced back in February was a 5-day lockdown, and that also was sparked by the hotel quarantine scheme. A hotel quarantine worker had tested positive and was out and about in the community. We didn't see any community cases from that lockdown, though. As you mentioned, the AMA president has been commenting about how the McGowan government had a report into hotel quarantine and into the particular hotel which was beginning from this outbreak, the Mercure Hotel. They had a report into the airborne transmission of COVID-19 within, and Omar Khorshid says that the McGowan government just simply hasn't acted on that advice yet.
This is a very similar event to the one that occurred in early February, with the likely airborne transmission of the virus between rooms in a hotel that the government's own report had already advised was not suitable for hotel quarantine.
Indeed, Omar Khorshid saying those problems haven't been fixed since February. Emily, we'll leave it there. Thanks so much. We'll check in with you soon.